So, I've been saying to myself that I'm going to document my journey in running, cycling, hiking, my just life journey for ages now. And I was too sort of scared, embarrassed, a little bit cringed out to do it. And I mean, I am literally kneeling down in the woods right now, talking to a camera, so that's kind of cringy. But I think it's really important for me to sort of document my journey and what I'm doing. Not necessarily to show off to the world, but just for myself to see how far I've come. So I'm going to be making a big thing of that this year. I've got a few big things in the pipeline, but I'll talk about those when I get home because I'm freezing. That's better. Alright, so the key thing for me this year really is just to sort of document my running journey, my fitness journey in general. There's going to be a lot of rehab work in there because if you know me, you probably know I have a ridiculous history with injuries, especially shin-related injuries and ankle injuries. I have probably the smallest calves for a 6'2" guy ever. But let's talk goals for the year. For as long as I can think, I wanted to break 20 minutes for 5k, 40 minutes for 10k, 90 minutes for a half, but most importantly, 3 hours for the marathon. And I've done all the others. 3 hours for the marathon is the big one for me now, and it's been the toughest one to get to, mainly because of how long and how strenuous a marathon block can be. So back in 2021, I ran the London Marathon. I got a place through the ballot, which was insane. I got injured, of course, but I managed to get together a whole 7 weeks of training. And off the back of that 7 weeks, I managed a 3:36, which I was stoked with, to be honest, and still am to this day. And it sort of told me, if you get a bit better training in, maybe you'll get that little bit closer. Fast forward to Valencia 2024. This was going to be it. The fastest, flattest course in Europe, I think. And I see so many people go there and absolutely smash it. And about 5 weeks before, I picked up some really weird injury that I still, to this day, don't really know what it was. And I didn't run for 5 weeks before the marathon. And trust me, on marathon day, I felt that. Still finished in 3:19 and 8 seconds or something like that. Although I was gutted at the time because I walked a lot of the race. I was actually kind of stoked, thinking, if I could actually string together a block, I could do this. So, sub 3 is the big goal this year. But I do plan on doing other things as well. I'm not just going to be marathon training the whole time, I really hope. Having said that, in 3 weeks' time, I have the Wokingham Half Marathon, which is an awesome course. And then in 12 weeks from the day of recording this, I have entered Manchester Marathon. I've been to watch Manchester Marathon the last 4 years now, I think. And I was meant to run it a few years ago. Obviously, I got injured. So the big thing for me is to just stay fit and really focus on doing the right things for my body, whether that's the nutrition, the sleep, and of course training properly and doing the strength and conditioning. So I might as well run down roughly what my training weeks currently look like. It's probably a little bit different to what most people training for a marathon look like right now. So I still need to speak to the coach, but I imagine off the Valencia block it'll be a little bit similar to that. So that was simply 3 runs a week, which sounds ridiculous for marathon training. So that's 1 easy, 1 track session, and 1 long run. And I would complement that with cross training, which was usually cycling. So that would be 2 bike sessions a week, or I say bike sessions, I just mean 2 bike rides, like zone 2 rides. Usually 1 that's an hour long and 1 that's 90 minutes long, just to sort of top up the cardio there. Arguably most importantly then would be strength and conditioning. This is something that has always let me down. Like I say, super weak calves. Trying to train them has been really, really hard. It just sounds ridiculous, but strength work does not come easy to me. I have tried, believe me, I have tried, but these bad boys are not getting any bigger. When I used to try and actually lift in the gym, all I managed to do was put on weight. I couldn't actually gain any muscle, so I gave up on it, and it's pointless, But strength work, really focusing on the legs, and I've even started doing some yoga just to try and help with my flexibility and core strength as well. That's the mission for this year. It'll be really fun to look back on this in a year's time. So thanks for coming along for the ride, and cheers.